Hey guys, just a real quick update with Thor and dude, man. Been having a lot of trouble with inflammation in his eye. I don't know how long I've got with my little guy eyesight. You want to go first? But I just decided, we're gonna every day run on the beach in the morning, hiking the mountains in the evening, until he can't do it. I'm gonna fill every day with joy and sight, right? Beautiful things. And, I've been doing the best I can. It's really, it's such a heartache. He goes blind almost every night at some point. And I'm out of doctors to see. The very first doctor I ever went to totally neglected him, couldn't get him in for a follow-up even after we spent $500. It was like $270 for the appointment itself, and then another $230 on medication, and they couldn't get him in for a month. He went blind in that week, and so I went to a different doctor, and I never went back to her. And today I just was like, well, let me go in for a follow-up, because once you see a doctor, hopefully they'll get you in a little quicker. They actually sent me an email back saying I was unpleasant to deal with because I wanted to talk to the doctor after their front staff neglected us and didn't bother to get us an appointment. I demanded that the doctor call me. They wanted to charge me for a phone consultation when I said, no, I just want the doctor to call me. I took like 5 minutes of her time, and I said, you know what? I said, you sold me all this medication and everything. You guys couldn't get me back in for a follow-up like the week after. I was like, that's neglect as far as I'm concerned, And she was very deflective the whole time. She didn't want to she didn't want to say anything, She was just like, well, we're really busy, Mr. Thor, well, blah, 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 blah. And she eventually said, I'm sorry, but we're only human. That was her answer to my dog going blind in a week after her. Okay, after you, buddy. After her giving me all these medications and no follow-up. So today they sent me a letter saying, well, after our last dealing, it was unpleasant, and therefore we're not offering our services to you after I spent all that money. And that just really shows you the character of the doctor. The doctor is a business. It's a factory over there, dog in, dog out. They don't care about the dog at all. They certainly don't care about the owner. And that's the vibe I got the first time, and I got confirmation with this crazy letter. I can't believe anyone would refuse service for unpleasant because somebody calls them out on their inadequate staff. So anyway, it's just another sign of how everything's going corporate. Everything's going corporate. The human touch is just being lost now. It's not about that. It's about money, 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 money. I don't have, I've been a professional dog trainer now for 6 years. I've been on 5 different network television shows with my dog. Maybe more, I can't remember. One of them was an episodic, meaning, we were on that show for like 3 months. And so I've done a lot of work, been around a lot of different dog people. I've been to 3 different vets, and I still don't have anyone actually 4 different vets. And my first vet, I really like her. She's a nice gal, but she's very allopathic, meaning surgery, pills. And you can't talk to a lot of these doctors because they know everything. How dare you question any of their methods? That's like this Dr. Park from Integrative Ophthalmology. How dare I question her, you know, inability to see me within a week. And that's basically what it is. That's why it was unpleasant. I wasn't rude in any way, shape, or form. I simply said, that's not very, your staff is, what is it, incompetent, you know, so to speak. I don't remember the actual word I used, but it was nothing like a rant or anything like that. I was very respectful because all I wanted was a remedy. I just wanted her to say, you know, we're very sorry about that. I'm not sure how that happened. That's not the way we do things around here. And it was just all defensive. She was just very defensive. So, you know, when I make a mistake, I just own up to it and say, hey, how can I make this better? And the only reason I called them back is I thought, well, maybe they'll want to make it better. And they didn't want to make it better. They just decided we don't want to work with somebody who expects us to be at a higher caliber. So it's easier for them to just work with people that don't know what good care is supposed to look like. Since I've been a health professional for humans for 10 years, longer than dogs, then I know what health care is supposed to look like. And what they gave me is not what it looks like. So, you know, and that goes for all the humans out there too, is, you know, it's really hard to find good health care these days. I encourage people to keep trying, and you know, and if you're not getting the best from one person, don't ever think you got to stay there. There's nothing wrong with shopping around either. If you go see some other people, it's not going to hurt the feelings of the person you're going to. First of all, you don't have to tell them, and second of all, you know, you're just seeking to get the best care you can get. And if you're not getting that care, you don't feel like you're getting that care, or you got a question. You know, you only got one body and one life, so go shop around. Check out 3, 4, 5 different other doctors. See which one you really vibe with. And if there's anyone in the LA area that thinks they know of a good doctor for good integrative, which means Western and Eastern medicine, unfortunately, all the integrative wellness veterinarians I know are all about that acupuncture. That is such a fast, high-ticket item. You know, they get to stick needles in and then go to another appointment, so they can literally book 2 appointments at the same time. And that's what the new model looks like. Business model is acupuncture. Everybody gets certified in acupuncture. Everybody authorizes acupuncture so they can book you for a 30-minute session, spend 15 minutes with you and 15 minutes with someone else. They're booking 2 30-minute sessions at the same time. And everywhere I go is the same. I don't have a vet that I really trust that doesn't just go through the rigmarole. So anyway, I just thought I'd share a little bit about, you know, the truth, or, you know, what's the truth about dogs and vets, right? The truth is they don't need vaccinations at all. You'll hear them talk about parvo and this and that and the other. You know, I know my naturopath, she's in Belgium though, that's different. You know, she doesn't vaccinate any of her dogs. She's got really healthy dogs. Don't ever neuter your dog or spay your dog. Do not remove those sex glands. They need those sex glands for hormones, especially later than life. I think all of Dude Man's issues stem from him not having the hormone production to heal and handle stress the way he used to handle stress when he was younger. And I think that's where the inflammation comes from. You know, his body's real tense right now. I'm trying to help him, but it is so hard. It's heartbreaking, you know? I had lunch with this gal today, and she's like, you know, your next dog's gonna be like super dog, because everything you learn from Prince Dude Man, which is hard for me to even think about the next dog, you know. I put 100% into this guy. This guy was there for me during my time of need. So I'm trying to be here for his time of need, which means 2 workouts a day and training in between. I'm trying to let him nap a little bit so that he can rest in between, because he's not sleeping at night. But I'm gonna start removing some of his blood circulation supplements and see if that doesn't help him sleep better. I mean, the naturopath thought it was helping circulation with the eye, but since he's deteriorating anyway, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's try something different. I just pray to God I'm doing the right things because I love my little guy. But vets, boy, they're as corrupt as your regular medical system. I hate to say it, but they are. Prices go up, service gets lousier. Nobody has any integrity to retain the top quality service. They're all trying to increase their bottom line. They all want to open a pharmacy and sell, you know, products. I don't mind you open a pharmacy, but you know, it should be for what the dog needs, not to try to make the dog seem like he needs stuff in order to sell. Just everybody's greedy and the patients suffer. It's just like our medical system. Same thing, you know. Doctors, not many private doctor practices, you know, they're all going to the big corporations. And good boy. And that's just what they do these days. So, everybody, you know, I'll share a little bit more about dog stuff later too. Like I said, I have been a professional, and you know, since I have not only professional dog training experience, and I started with horses 20 years ago, so I've been training animals and dealing with animals and doing, you know, I used to do sutras and give shots and stuff back then, take blood from horses. And then I had a little break there with no animals, and then got Dude Man, so I got pretty good experience. Hi, buddy, I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm gonna get you. And yeah, it's important to know you don't need vaccinations. You don't need heartworm medicine unless you live where there's mosquitoes. The only way they can get heartworms is from mosquitoes, but most vets won't tell you that. So I haven't given him heartworm medicine in 4 years, and he's always negative. And we go hiking the mountains and everything. So, you know, but they would still have me buying $300 worth of crap every 6 months. Trifexis is what I was buying. It's poison. So it's important to learn these things on your own because they're not going to tell you. They make too much money off BSing you. Yeah, baby. All right, let's go. I'm going to get some of the barbecue. So yeah, doing the best I can with little Dude Man. I love him very much. And well, I'll say a little prayer that he finds healing and the inflammation goes away. And if not, then, you know, that we find a great way to have him have an amazing life no matter what happens. That's all I care. He loves to be out and be active. That's another thing a lot of people will say, well, my dog likes to sleep. I can't get my dog to do anything but sleep. And I'm like, that's because you're not being active. You know, if you're sitting around and your dog doesn't have anything to do but lay around and sleep, well, what's he gonna do? He's gonna lay around and sleep. So it's up to you to get off your ass and get your dog out there and get exercise. You know, he gets 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes to 3 hours in the evening, depending on what I'm doing in the evening. If I have time for a 3-hour hike, we're going on a 3-hour hike. If I don't, then we absolutely get 45 minutes in. His health is so important. That way, I don't have guilt. These dogs that are obese, these dogs that have cataracts, like these are all nutrition and and exercise problems, you know. So, and again, I'm going to say 99%, let's say 95% of cataracts. I haven't looked in as quite as much, because I'll definitely tell you this glaucoma thing is, it's got me baffled. It's got me baffled. So, and previously I would have said nutrition and exercise for glaucoma. However, now I know neutering and spaying your dog is a death sentence. It's literally an early death sentence for most dogs. You know, the oldest dog in the world was 29, you know. So if they're saying the average dog lives half that long now, if you put it into perspective, you would say the oldest human in the world is 200 years old. Because the average oldest person nowadays is, you know, 100. So you're telling me what? That the average oldest person is 200 years old? No. No. So that means, basically all that means is that 29 isn't that, you know, that would be a miracle for that to happen. And I've heard of dogs being in their 20s, no problem. So it was a cattle dog, you know, probably got a lot of exercise. Cattle dogs need a lot of exercise too. All dogs need a lot of exercise, but they're bigger than, say, Dude Man. Dude Man's 12 pounds, so he doesn't need as much exercise. Come on, buddy. Come on, you get going. He doesn't see as good in the fading light, so he's always worried he's gonna step on something. All right, you get going. I'm gonna get that, but I'm gonna. Well, that, and he wants to pee now. Come on. Good boy. I'm gonna get that. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna run him the rest of the way. We got about another half mile back, and this nice flat surface with no holes, so we can run. And yeah, appreciate everybody listening. If you guys got any vet questions or dog questions, I'm an expert trainer. I don't know if I'd say an expert with health, but I'm learning. If there's anything I don't know, I'll certainly tell you I don't know. But for the most part, I know a lot about nutrition and exercise and rehabilitation for animals and humans both. So feel free to please like, subscribe, share. I should start all my videos with that because not many people make it to the end. But like, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate it. I'm waiting for your comments. See you guys on the next one. All right, bye. Put your thinking caps on. I'm gonna get him, buddy. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get that.